don't think they can see you, though, can they? Yeah, they can now. Oh, hello. How are you? Hello, 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 my YouTube friends. It's his trick now. It's his trick. He knows he's on camera, I think. It's not like we discussed it. It's not like I had to have his lawyer and my lawyer, you know, send paperwork back. Because I have a thumb, you see. So, hi. Hello there. Welcome to, I think, what is this, the fourth in a series of Litha live chats, summer solstice chats that I've been doing here on Drawing the Circle Productions YouTube channel. I am your host, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, spiritual teacher, the whole 9 yards, the witch army knife. That is me. Welcome, welcome. We're going to talk a little bit about judgment and mercy tonight in a larger context in terms of the Sabbath itself, but really as a lifelong thing, two powers to be developed on our journey home, on the spiritual path, all the way home. Cool. So we got some people in the room. Donna Bella, hello, sweetheart. Yay, welcome back to the stream. I hope your rehearsals are going well. Mama B, hi, welcome. I have quite a number of things to talk about. If you noticed, even last night, I had a lot of stuff on the desk, so to speak. I got a lot of stuff on the desk tonight, too, especially my Dionysus God doll made by, come here, Shaylee.com. Shop her shop. It was very nice of her. She sent this to me as a gift. Has a little amethyst necklace and a little bunch of grapes as a silver charm on it, and I love them. I mean, I have a mask of Dionysus outside, but I'm sure you've seen it in my Instagrams. I'll Instagram it every now and again. I've had that thing since the 90s, the early 90s, at least the mid 90s. So it's nice to have, you know, if I had an extra, if I had an extra $10,000, I'd have so much statuary, but you know, it's different now. It's not like where I used to live, where I could have, you know, filled up 2 acres of land with statues here, there, and everywhere. It's not the same in a condo. 6 foot tall, you know, statue of Apollo on where? In my stairwell? My landing? No. Hello. We finished recording the show on Sunday. I'm done. Oh, well, blessed be. I'm so glad to see that. Hey, Mal, I overheard you call your cat. Oh, Hermes? No. Hermes is there. that is Hermes. I might have called him Melky. I have 3 boys, Sebastian, Balthazar, and Melchior. So it's Sabby, Belzy, and Melky. I can see where Belzy might have sounded a little bit like Hermes too. But no, I won't name my boys after a god or goddess for that matter. Well, I did have a cat that I named Selena, Selena, which was after the moon goddess Selene, Selene, from which the selenite comes from as well. But she was the last one because she just sort of disappeared. It was very heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking. Let's see, just going through the past few days. I've been in recovery. Yes, I'm sure you have. Post-production, I understand. It's been a while, but I understand. Hello, AM. Hello, High Priestess. I was just asking about you, yesterday? The day before, maybe? I said, I wonder how High Priestess is out on the high seas. Hi. I've missed you too, just getting my quick fix in before I disappear for another few weeks. Hope everyone... that's so sweet. That's so sweet. I swear I was asking about... go back and watch... It was either last night or the night before. It has to be in the past couple of days, unless really I'm just... The concept of time has just eluded me completely, darling, but I hear that happens as you emerge deeper into the 5th dimension. All time being an illusion and all that. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad you're okay. I just out on the high seas. I don't know. I just have this image of this High Priestess on this boat out on the high seas. I'm sure that's probably not what you're doing, but that's clairvoyant. You give me a symbolic context, I will run with it. Isn't that right? Dion, yes, little Dion says, you want party? You want party? So we're going to do our usual spiel here. It's just 11 o'clock now. 11:11, we will make our wish. 11:11 Eastern Daylight Time. Then I'll do the opening prayer. We'll chat for a little bit, and I want to talk quite a bit. The guides, they wanted to talk about this a little bit more than I did. So I'm going to let them at a certain point just take over, particularly in the meditation aspect of it, if that's where we end up. We'll see. But essentially, I have to surrender my will to the divine, if you've been following along. Throat Chakra, sacred truth applicable certainly at Litha, as well as any other time of year. Hi, Grace. Hi, Grace. Hi, Grace. Hi, Grace. Yep, that's what you're doing. You're out on the high seas, drawing down the moon everywhere you go. She just goes from port to port in this big ship shaped like a crescent moon. See, that's the storyteller archetype at work there, which shamans are good storytellers. I've said it before, I don't claim the name shaman because I think that's a very indigenous people term. And with cancel culture where it is right now, that just misappropriation or appropriation, cultural appropriation, misappropriation, all of that. No, my shamanic experiences in terms of the shamanic descent have been as a result of direct experience with the divine. Call it mystical, call it shamanic, call it what you want. I'm a witch. I'm a big borrow and steal my truth wherever I can find it from, wherever I can get it from. Hi. Hi, Des. Hi, Shelby. Drink your juice, Shelby. Drink your juice. I will eventually get over that, just not anytime soon. I'm gay. It's just written in. It's DNA. I mean, even though I was born before the book or the play or the movie or any of that was made, it's still it's in my DNA. It's genetic. Can't help it. It's gravitational field kind of thing. Hi, priestess. Fish ship. With you, of course, of course you're at the bow of the boat in goddess position, drawing down the moon in ports all over the world. That's my image of you. That is who you are now, with the little bit of your face I can see in your icon and the words High Priestess right next to it. That's who you are. Hi. Oh, look what a fun group we have. Ooh, there are 13 of us in the room. Ooh, never again the Coven times. I say it, never again the Coven times. Never again the Coven times. No. Please stop me. Have fun. You can invite me for drinks afterwards. Little ball fire. Good fire. Ball fire. Hey there. Hi there. Ho there. You're as welcome as can be. Just keeping an eye on the time for the wishy poo. Oh, so you guys will know this. The rest of the world probably won't, unless unless the rest of the world watches this later. I actually finished up the What Do I Need reads for this new moon to full moon next today. The last three will be posting tomorrow so that I could take a little bit of a day off. Tomorrow I have a client. I have some things I have to get done around the house. They are really good. I mean, it's weird. My guides tell me, because, the What Do I Need reads, they don't get like the largest amount of views. Everybody wants the twin flames and soulmates, and that's fine. That's, supply and demand. I get it. But this time they were so specific that each different deck meant a specific thing that you need, right? Was it the healing angel? Was healing the healing angel that you need to work with, so like the healing that you need. What was the second one? The angel, god, or goddess, what it is that you need to know or be aware of. The Chuck Spezzano card was what you need to focus on for mastery. The Whisper of Love was the inspiration or the encouragement that you need from your higher self. and the healing mantra, obviously the mantra that you need to work with. They were just, it was a 5-card draw, but they were really deep and they were really cool. And they were all different kinds too. There were some that were like really touching and others that were like, I don't know, it was just cool. It was a cool, considering I don't think any of them are over 20 minutes. That was a cool thing to do that I got really quickly done this week and did not burn myself out. So how do you get a reading with me? Well, it's easy enough to do. You can just email me at drawingthecircle@gmail.com. That's drawingthecircle@gmail.com. Or find me on Facebook at Mark Angelo Lyons. Or if you really want easier access, join the Mark Angelo Lyons Mal for short private Facebook group. All the Mal, all the fun, but nobody knows. I should totally like snatch that out of here and use that as a clip, but I'm not going to. I don't know. If the gods tell me to do it, I'll do it. But that's how you get a reading with me. Do you do video chat calls? I absolutely do on Facebook all the time. As a matter of fact, I have one tomorrow and one on Saturday. Yes, I'm taking a client on Litha for summer solstice, but the gods set it up that way and it's felt right. So the answer is yes. I'm going to do, oh, my ear. Oh, I just got a ringing in my ear. I wonder if that has to do with the client I'm going to read on Saturday. That was weird. Wow. Okay, it's gone. I do have a little bit of a program that I'm setting up looking at for this weekend. I am going to do something here definitely for Litha Saturday night, 11 p.m. I'll definitely do something here, but it's not going to be the heavy-duty magic because the moon is still dark. It's dark moon, I think. I forget. I don't have my – let me see, do it my calendar. Hold on. Just hold on. How are we doing on time? We've got time. Void of course, yeah, the moon's going to be void of course 5:48 p.m. anyway, so by the time we meet 11 p.m. the moon's going to be void of course, so why do magic? But we can certainly that would be a good nice night to have a drink together. That would be a fun thing to do, but it's Saturday night. People are going to have other plans. It's summer solstice, for God's sake. So maybe something in the Facebook group and then something here. I don't know. I'll draw cards. We'll figure it out. I'll figure out what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll think about that too. But definitely Sunday night. That's our magic night. The new moon. The new moon's at 2:41 a.m. Eastern. I don't feel like staying up to do magic. We want to do it on the waxing side of it anyway. So anytime after 2:47 a.m. So figure, Sunday night we'll do something here. We'll do a new moon, a Cancerian new moon, Litha magic reading somewhere or other. We'll do something. You'll know about it. If you're in the Facebook group, you'll know about it. Cool. Good. Good. I'm glad. Personally, the what do I need reads are my favorite. I know because they're not so relationship based. But relationship stuff is what sells. It is. It's just what sells. Love all the glamorous. Sorry. Okay, wait a minute. I was chatting. I have to scroll up a little bit. Hi, Des. Hi. How do I get a read personally? What do I do need to do? Do you do video calls on? Oh, I do video calls. I'll do Skype. I have a Skype account, but I prefer to do them on Facebook Messenger because the quality is really good. Just going to say, I haven't had any complaints with Facebook, and most people are on it, so you don't even have to add me as a friend anymore to do it, right? Because I don't like the idea of looking on people's profiles and then reading them, right? That's the only draw. Well, the other draw. There are a few drawbacks. It's technology. There's always a few drawbacks. What? Well, hello there. My usual co-host is here as usual. Hey, Milky Head. I watched this video the other day that said to talk back to them and mimic back their language. They like that. I don't think so. They look at me like, bitch, what you speaking my language? Rip your face off while you're asleep. They wouldn't. They love me. Let's see. Scrolling down. I'm a Sun and Sag. Great. Let's do it. All right. So find me on Facebook. Just add me as a friend. We'll work it out. Yes, Leo rising. I'm a Leo rising too. You couldn't tell. Does that make a difference? Well, we'll talk about it. Just contact me. We'll talk about all the reading stuff because we're live chatting right now. We're getting ready for. I'm trying to keep up a minute to wish time. Do you have your wish ready? It's 11:10 p.m. Do you know what your wish is? Get ready. Okay, I got mine ready. Still dark moon. I'm allowed to cackle. I am a witch. I have my cackling license. Permit, really, more than a license. Just get ready. 11:11. It's all one. If I was an angel, I definitely sat in the back of the classroom, making fun of the other angels. Probably. I was definitely the Ali Sheedy in class in Angel Academy. Vodka. Tons. We're getting there. Time's a ticking by. Oh, I really want to make this wish now that I know what it is. 11:11, make a wish. For the well-being of all, so would it be. And so it is. Oh, that felt good. Ooh, nothing like allowing yourself to have the desire for something, even if it's out of bounds. But I write my wishes like I write my spells, like a contract for the well-being of all. Just don't. It's like Mark. There's no way that what you would want like that would hurt anybody. It's fine, right? But what can I tell you? Raised by a lawyer. Let's go into our prayer, shall we? The love. Oh, you love the pick of all my kitties today, my boys. I have such a love and a gratitude for them that it actually moves me to tears. Which cats roll their eyes with every move they make, but you've got it. Sometimes just I break down and they'll come over and they'll just headbang me. We love you too, Mom. It's just they're the sweetest things. How anybody could think animals aren't sentient, thinking, feeling beings. They're out of their mind. I don't think that's an empath. What do you want? So let's get down to business, shall we? We are gathered here today to get to this thing called life. Electric road. Life means forever, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. Oh, the afterworld. Yep. Everybody, please get yourself in a position that you can stay in comfortably for a couple of minutes just for the prayer, and then we'll chat from there. Take a nice couple of deep breaths. And I do call upon, you guys breathe, I do call upon my collective pantheons of guides, masters, teachers, gods, goddesses, saints, angels, totems, healers, and ancestors to please surround us both individually and collectively in a force field of light containing and protecting the work that we do this evening, that all information and energy that exchanges between us, those of us in the physical as well as those of us in the non-physical, that it do so clearly, cleanly, and for the well-being of all. I ask for the divine grace of humility to flow through this conversation, knowing that we ultimately do not know, but that we are willing to be shown the grace of counsel, that every word, every choice, every decision made tonight be done from a place of mercy in balance with judgment, and for the grace of protection, that we may be safe, that our loved ones may be safe, by making the choices that are in alignment with the high wisdom and truth of our soul, for the well-being of all. Dearest God, Goddess, all that is, we surrender this time spent together to you. May it serve your purposes. We're here only to be truly helpful. We're here to represent you who sent us. We don't have to worry about what to say or what to do because you who sent us are directing us. So we are content to go wherever you wish, knowing that we do not go there alone and that we will be healed as we are taught to heal. Please show us what you would have us do, where you would have us go, what you would have us say, and to whom, and to teach us to balance judgment with mercy. That as we surrender our will to the divine bit by bit as we go, we realize that the best choice, the best option, the best decision we could ever make, no matter how much thought and deliberation, intuition, and intellect goes into it, is the merciful one, the heart-centered one, yet the one that is in balance with an open, healthy mind. Teach us that. At least give us a whiff of it tonight, please. Thank you. Thank you. And if we can have some fun, that would be nice too. Thank you. So motivating. And so it is. Ground and center. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. I have a crystal ready now. Because when I do have a candle ready, that thing's getting awfully close. I see you. You're getting awfully close to the end of your run. I've got your... Oh, it's already anointed with basil oil. Everybody come back into the room. Take your time. Just give me a little typity type so I know that you're all okay. Because we got some stuff to talk about tonight. Throat chakra, summer solstice, all that jazz. As I said, it looks like we will definitely be doing something here. Maybe, definitely, maybe. Saturday night for summer solstice. Maybe something quick even. Maybe I'll do a card draw. Like I'm supposed to do the weekend reads tomorrow, but it's Litha weekend. So I guess I'll do that 11 a.m. I'll do I'll get us, I don't know, mantras or something. We'll see. I don't know. You'll know in the morning when I wake up exactly what's going to happen because I don't know yet. I've really been living a life of surrender to the divine for so long now that even now that I've integrated being a YouTuber into my life as a professional thing, not as an occasional thing, but actually a means of employment, I really have been, because of everything we've been going through, surrendering my will to the divine more and more and more, like down to the moment about like what videos I do and when I do them and stuff like that. Trying to find the balance, because now on Long Island, people are starting to go back to work, so schedules are shifting and changing. So it's a very interesting time we're in. So having to surrender will to the divine is something that I've been doing for years and years and years, decades, kind of, sort of. But tonight we look at that same process through the balancing of the two spheres in the Kabalistic Tree of Life that correlate to the throat chakra, therefore the Sabbat of Litha. Oh, real quick, if this is your first time, Litha is the fifth Sabbat, fifth chakra, throat. That's the system I'm working. So we're looking at this time of year in particular as a window of opportunity at which to practice, gain mastery at, go with the flow of the particular sacred truth, surrender your will to the divine, to develop the powers in the Kabalistic Tree of Life per chakra, level by level, is a little bit easier than trying to do them all at once, I would think. Spread it out over the wheel of the year. So judgment and mercy. And we need to talk about judgment because there are different definitions of that word. So it's such a spiritual no-no to be judgmental, and yet such a good idea to look both ways before you cross the street, right? It's such a good idea. It's good judgment, right? So sometimes people throw that baby out with that bathwater, and it's not great on the spiritual path. And that doesn't go very far in witchcraft. Not saying that everybody who watches my channel is a witch. No, I'm sure far from it. But like, witchcraft is the craft of the wise, and you become wise through experience, and you become wise often by making what you think of at the time as the wrong choices, the wrong decisions, but were the right choices and decisions for the larger destiny of your life and your journey. In other words, how are you going to learn unless you make mistakes? Everyone makes mistakes, so yes, we do. Your sister and your brother and your dad and mother too. If you know who sang it, say it. Otherwise, let's move on. So judgment is a weird thing. Usually when people are talking about, don't be so judgy, they're talking about condemnation. And they're talking about a comparison of somebody's worth based on a very, very teeny portion of information. An assumption. Even the tarot card of judgment is about sort of like a summation, right? It's like what you get right before you hit the last card of the world or the universe in the major arcana. It's that card of, oh, judgment, revelation. You sort of see the whole thing and you make a judgment, yay or nay, one way or the other. Usually what that is about. But then you hit the conclusion of the major arcana. You hit the card of the Fool, the 0 in between the old and the new, and then poof, you're off into the Magician, and around you go again. All right. So we're dealing with judgment all the time. Think of the word evaluation, right? When you're thinking about what you want to eat, when you're thinking about what's healthy for you, right? All this throat chakra choice stuff, right? It's all about judgment. Think about the words that come out of your mouth. Think about the words that don't come out of your mouth, but that you chew on in terms of what you think about yourself and your life and the way things could be, should be, but aren't. Are they merciful? This is where this rubber hits the road. And then let us make the clearest distinction that the most merciful judgment you can make is eventually, someday, when you're really ready, willing, and able, or maybe just willing to forgive. That is the one that heals. That is the biggest decision to heal. But depending on the version of forgiveness you were raised with, shown, or taught, I agree with you. There are toxic versions of forgiveness that do not heal. I'm talking about a quantum point of view of forgiveness. Very different. Cool, cool. So can you see, can you feel, can you sense in the throat chakra the powers that the divine said, all right, souls, go into this world and develop and bring back the powers of it, along with others in the Kabalistic Tree of Life, the spheres, judgment and mercy in balance, right? So that, you know, judgment in of itself is like, what did we used to say when I was a kid? Judge, jury, executioner, guilty, right? Like, oh, judge, jury, executioner, guilty, like that kind of snap judgment, right? Guilty, guilty, guilty. My stepfather was a lawyer, so there was litigious humor. I grew up with litigious humor. Don't be shocked. A lot of witches have litigious humor, even if they weren't. I feel like the judgment is merciful when it's more like spiritual discernment, sure. And discernment is, to me, down here, right? The grace of discernment is that thing of, oh, something doesn't, the connection between judgment and that. Let's talk about that. Here's what you do. Here's what I've learned, at least. I make no suggestions, recommendations, but I will certainly tell you my experience. Now, look. My inner child's pretty good now at alerting me when something's wrong. Or something's wrong is a judgment. That's a comparison. Something's off. Something don't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. And usually how we've been conditioned to experience that intuitive piece of information is to receive it as a judgment. Right? Well, it's really important to get that it's okay to not like things. I'm not talking about hatred. I'm not talking about something that twists you and turns you into something, you know, wretched. No. I'm talking about it's okay to be like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It don't feel good. I don't like it. Blech, right? When it's here, that's, and a lot of people will push themselves into situations going against what their gut is telling them because they're afraid of being judgmental. When really, and I learned this again from Matt Kahn, bless his soul, if you think of a judgment as a lead film, like a veneer over a golden nugget of intuition and wisdom, then you could see how the spiritual ego will avoid the intuition by labeling it as, oh, judgmental, I'm not supposed to be there. No. I want to be spiritual. So the ego gets you coming and going with that. The most loving response to the ego, that is to like, it's okay. What's your judgment, honey? And let that judgment have its voice, but it doesn't have to be spoken. Inside voice, yin voice, right? Oftentimes that is the pain of the inner child. That has a piece of intuition, but it has that inflammatory layer of pain around it, unresolved stuff, right? Who knows how many lives, maybe not even just our own, could be ancestral, could be empathic, could be from your cat who just wants to be brushed and given temptation, kitty treats, 24/7, 365. 3 in the morning will come up, meow, in my face, just like meow. And I just have to either give him what he wants or try and snuggle him into submission. Probably guess that doesn't happen that often. All right, my Taurus. I love you. He's like, don't care, more brushing, Mom. Lay down, lay down. Lay down, lay down. You know, this isn't take your kid to school day. You just happen to live here where I work. It's okay. He's doing the gargoyle thing off the edge of the chair, protecting the chair and the dining room rug, I guess. So cool. So how are we all doing with this context here? I see there's upwards of 10 people in the room. Are you all just sort of spacing out? Are you kind of getting the merciful part of this? The mercy part of it is really helping you find a balance. Here's a real key between an open, caring heart and a clear, wise mind. The throat chakra is the one, what will you say? What will you do? This is where the balance of all of this stuff comes together. You're with me. Good, good, good. So imagine, see, here's where our ethics come into play. Everybody has ethics. I don't think everybody's aware that it's programmed into your solar plexus, but that's another chakra. To really, really look at your conduct, what you say and what you do, all of that is throat chakra, the actions that you take. Now, this is why I think it's really important that you give yourself the interior world for that child to think and say and judge and do whatever it wants to do, that you, whatever arises, love that, right? You give it that space to get that is the ego. That is the inner child. That is your own hidden pain. An empathic thing you're picking up from a person next door, just to let it have its voice, but not let it infect and possess you. That is being merciful with a judgment. Get it? Mercy and judgment. It's like, so I'm having a judgment. That judgmental voice in us needs more love, not less. And again, what if it's just passing through us so that it can evolve and move back to source? Because we raise it in vibration by giving it the love that it needs. That's the empathic piece anyway. So it's very easy for us to compare and contrast. That's part of judgment too. Like, here's judgment. Door, wall. If I want to get into the next room, I can either walk through the door or walk through the wall. I think that's a valid comparison we're allowed to make, to want to walk through the door rather than the wall, considering one would hurt and the other one probably hurt less, depending on the kind of door. Door of flame, depends on what your decor is like. But you sort of get where I'm going with that. So to kind of treat your judgments as I live in a cartoon world with these cats. These judgments as nuggets of gold, of wisdom, of intuition, of probably, if you think about it, the innocence of your inner child covered with an inflammatory rash of pain. So to soothe the pain, right? To be like, oh, honey, it's okay. Wow, we really hate that bitch. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. Wow, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Yeah, they should go to hell. You're right. Oh my God, right? Like when a baby is freaking out. And then as the ego unravels, it relaxes, then comes the bloop, the truth of it, right? The thing, the gold that you alchemize from the lead. But that doesn't mean you have to speak a word of it to anybody. Like last night we talked about spit, swallow, and chew. That's a chew and then a swallow. Because that's a medicine at that point. You're swallowing the jagged little pill. Feels so good swimming in your stomach. I love the moist towelette. I do. I love her. I do. All hail the moist towelette. So that's kind of where we're going with this conversation. This is what Litha is about to me, because it is the full of the sun. It is the solar god as king. It's a lot of power. Think of the power what a king can do with a word, right? Thumbs up, thumbs down, granted not a word, but you know what I'm saying, yay or nay, right? Live or die, prosper or perish. That so much is happening so fast on the planet right now that one word, right? One decision can be a game changer for all of us. And like, for example, I'm not ready to leave the house yet. My gut is telling me no, not yet. By the way, I'm in a hot spot, or at least did. I'm not that far away from Stony Brook. But it's like, nope, not yet. You'll know when, right? So I have been really merciful with myself of trying to evaluate not just the information and the stats and all of that, but eventually come down to saying in prayer, it's like, show me here. And they're like, for what you need, give it another week. I'm like, okay, instantly relax and back on with life instead of that constant chewing on it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, to allow whatever arises. Love that. I mean, it's the name of Matt Khan's book. It's a really good way to say it. Just saying. Cool, cool. I think I've hit a wall in a few times. Okay. If you don't mind me asking, HPS, just because you are back, what do you mean by hit the wall? Because I know what that means for me. Usually hit the wall means I hit a terminal velocity in terms of my my processing stuff, and I've done too much and I need a break, and I hit the wall and I just need to sleep for like a day, which is why sometimes I disappear for a day. And that's why I've been trying to schedule Sundays and Mondays off where I'm working Sunday because it's a Sabbath weekend, to allow myself to refuel. But yeah, and then to be merciful with myself on the other side of that too. Look, no one makes it all the way through without boo-boos. Even Jesus stumbled, right? You know, the door is the way to the logical, right? Oh, you've done it the hard way. Oh, sister. Pull up an oar. We are in that same boat, and I think we all are, because how else do we learn, right? We learn through woe. We learn through woe. Is that a Joey moment? We struggle. We learn through pain. Now you must suffer to learn. Oy vey shmir. Do we ever? But it's not the only way that we can learn. And eventually that's the point, at least for me, being a witch and working with the Wheel of the Years. Each year I can look back and see it not as a circle, but a spiral of where I was. Oh, by the way, I started doing readings on YouTube last year at Litha. Yeah, the first reading that I did was a Litha read. For all 12 signs, I think is what I did, just probably sun signs. And I posted it here, and then I was off and running. I started doing it. So yeah, I've been doing this year. Look, I'm on. See, nothing like a Wheel of the Year, nothing like a Sabbath, right? So a good time to be merciful with ourselves and say, okay, yes, I've made mistakes, right? Judgment. Have I screwed up? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Have I learned from it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Would I make the same mistake again? Well, I would hope I wouldn't. But if I did, I would hope I would be what? Merciful with myself in the judgment of we do the best that we can. See, I think this is what's going to ease some of the pain on the planet individually, which then, of course, vents some of that pain collectively. We're at such a turning point in humanity right now in terms of whether we see each other as all one or not. It is so obvious, and that's a choice. That is a choice. That is a choice. And that's what true forgiveness is based on. Not that we're separate, but that we're one. And that's the difference between forgiveness to destroy, what a lot of us were raised with, though it wasn't called that at the time, to this more holographic understanding of who we truly are. And then everybody has pain, and we all get possessed by pain until we don't. Yeah, it's a hard thing. Hey, Mal. Hey, sweetheart. Thank you for the tip. Mal, can I ask you a question? Just on the record. Are you my tarot pimp? She has been getting me clients left, right, and center. Thank you so very much. I really do appreciate. She's my pimp. I don't have to pay. That's kind of nice. We'll have drinks, though. I'll definitely buy you a drink. Oh, I'll make you a drink, depending on what we have handy. I'll make you a potion. Forget your name. Make you forget your PIN number. My tarot pimp. Mom! I know, we're going to be hanging out. I have to get, you know, I bought this car, my RAV4 Dorian, because he's gray. And I bought him at Saratoga. Bought him in Saratoga. I was visiting my family right before the lockdown. Came home, parked him, have not moved him since. Has started. It's Toyota. It starts perfectly once a week every time I go out. But I think the first big trip I want to take, Mom, when we're ready, is I want to drive out to sea. You know, aside from just like running errands, if we're going to go somewhere. And maybe I'll bring the camera and maybe we'll stream. Maybe we'll go on the tube together. That would be fun. I could do a whole series eventually. Mal sees, you know, I'll just go to all the people and make a series out of it. Netflix will pick it up. Probably not. Sorry, looking here. AM walking. Wait, sorry. Wait, a lot just happened. The chat just shifted. Hold on. Definitely learning. That's the main thing. Sure. Yep. Mall. Nice mall. Okay. Walking. This is possible, but not without challenges. I work in customer service. Oh, honey. Honey. Oh, honey. I've serviced some customers. Honey. Trixie Mattel just went, "Whew, what the hell was that?" Sorry, I was a little spot on. That cracked me up. No, I understand, but as a practice, this is what life is for us to get that the person who is in pain is passing on the pain, and they're unconscious. The ego is in stages of incubation. All of our egos are in stages of pain and incubation. We're all evolving. That's why it's an awakening process. It's a process. It's not a once and done. It's not Alka-Seltzer. It's planetary ascension. If I could only get Alka-Seltzer to sign off on that, I could make hundreds with that statement. I could not make millions with that statement. Oh my God, that just cracked me the F up. Oh my God. Thank you, Lavala. Thank you for the super chats, people. I really, really do love the super chats. And I'm telling you, as soon as I can have Anthony come and hang out, I'm cracking open that Tiku bottle there. That we're going to heat up some sake and I'm going to get drunk with you all. Drunk around the world. Yes, they are. We live in a sick world. You know, I don't think we live in a sick world. I think that we live in a world that has taken the brunt of souls in human forms that have come in for the experience of the range of emotion from fear to bliss, right? All the colors of the rainbow emotionally and all the experiences on a soul level, knowing that nobody really dies and nobody really is born, and you don't do the same thing every time you come back. And it's sort of like a game, like a movie, right? That's the soul's point of view. That's where the soul loves everybody. The ego, however, is the character, the inflamed personality that comes from all the stress and all the stories and all the unprocessed stuff, right? As we heal, that unwinds. And that's why to be merciful with ourselves. See, if you're not merciful with yourself in your own judgment, there's no way you're going to be that with other people. So how about paying yourself compliments? I mean, that sounds perhaps edging towards narcissism, but not when it's done with the intention to heal, almost to prove a point. What if you just started giving yourself compliments like you were a friend? That is a merciful judgment. You're really good at that. Your hair looks really good today. Mine's not, obviously, but my hair looks good every day. Mark, you're really, really good at tarot, right? Other people have praised me up a wall, across the ceiling, down the other side. I still, it's kind of go, waiting for lightning to strike. Sometimes like, yes, I am good at this, right? It's like, that's part of it too. That's part of loving yourself too. And being merciful with your judgments. Hey, everybody makes mistakes. It's okay. The timetable that we want things to heal at is often not just unreasonable, it's impossible. I should be over this by now. Oh, really? Says who? Is there a chart? Did that come with a box of cereal, that chart? Maybe a little thing that you could turn depending on the emotion, how long it should take in ratio to your age? No. No, things take as long as they take to heal. You can slow it down, but I don't think you can speed it up. Yeah. right? There's a lot to consider. And this is why moving into the throat chakra Sabbath of Litha, the full power of the sun, this is yang energy. What are you going to do? Look where we are on planet Earth right now with the choices we make. A choice that you could make in one day. One choice could determine life or death for you or somebody else. That's the world that we're in. The world we're in. Freaky, right? We're all interconnected. Everything, that's what we call pivotal. We're at a pivotal point in history. Everything's pivoting. Well, thank you, Mal, for the 10. You know I have to do tricks. If you super chat me that one, you pull apart for Grace, please. Oh, wait. Trying to manage the coconut's feeling tonight. Oh. I could, Grace, sweetheart. Sorry, we will put this conversation on hold for a moment. I got a mantra. You want a mantra? I can get you a mantra. I mean, otherwise I've got a healing angel card here. What do I got? Hold on. I got paid by my card pimp. You know, the first one. I'm going to get you an angel, god, and god or goddess one. How's that? Take a nice deep breath. Because I know, Grace Walker, which I just realized is a combination between Grace and Karen Walker. Honey, what is it? Sorry. It's hard being a clairvoyant at the end of the day. I did 6 readings today. Breathe. My angels, gods, and goddesses, please, an oracle card for this. My sister, Grace. I know that's not really her name, but I know her name. Please, one card in clarity for her. What's going on for her? She is in need to help her manage, to help her deal. A point of view. A clue, a tip, a hint. God of reflections. The qualities you see in others are simply your own reflection. How's that help? I have a feeling that doesn't really help. Let's go a little bit deeper than that. Wasn't planning on doing this tonight, guys, but here we are. Hold on a second. God of reflections. The qualities you see in others are simply your own reflection. What is the healing angel available then to Grace to heal what she sees? Because sometimes it's the exact opposite. Sometimes you see somebody who's incredibly stingy and you're incredibly generous. So it's not always the mirror of now. It's not always that. Sometimes it's the mirror of judgment. That which you judge would not be surprising. We often attract over and over again what we judge so that we learn that that's what we judge and that there's a piece of intuition in there. So please, what is the healing angel here for her that would help? Something about nature. Perhaps get into that outdoor space, get some fresh air, connect where there are no humans for maybe 10 minutes. Breathe the fresh air, connect with the 5th dimensional unity consciousness already anchored into the chlorophyll of trees and the leaves and the grass, and to put down your root, air sign sister that you are, and let some of the empathic overload that you're getting move through you. That what you're really seeing in others, what the resonance is you're seeing and feeling their unfinished business. And who ain't got unfinished business? And it's their inflamed nervous system and your inflamed nervous system, and it's just breathe and ground and know that as you feel it, you heal it. And as you ask for guidance and grace, all that you need will be given you. And just for kicks, my ascended masters, please, in an act of mercy and judgment, what is the perfect healing mantra for this, my sister Grace? Befriending pain. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. So the more you make friends with this discomfort, the more it's going to move through you. The point of saying I love you, the I love you work, the inner child work, isn't to shut the kid up and make the pain go away. It's to give it the voice. It is to befriend our pain. Pain is a sign that transformations all is the sign of the healing. And I know it sucks, but that's the truth. The Crone grace has been such a steady grace for me. And granted, most of my grace, most of my pain has been emotional, heart chakra, solar plexus kind of sort of stuff. Empath, that makes sense, but it's also made me so much deeper and resonant to help people as a result. So there you have it. Does that make sense, sweetheart? You good? Wow, that resonated so much with that. I hope you're okay, Grace. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. What cards were you using for the Ascended Masters? The Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. You know I'm very pro-Kahn. Chaka in particular. Not so much Genghis and Kubla. They were bad husbands. They cheated on me with all of their wives. I'm the one they wouldn't marry because they couldn't have me. And Kubla, they were bad husbands. They cheated on me with all of their wives. I'm the one they wouldn't marry because they couldn't have me. Really, you'd think with all that money they'd bathe a little more often. But, you know, all that around yaks all the time, whatever that was. Oh, your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. No idea where we were before then, but there we have it. Okay. Let's meditate. Yeah, good time to meditate. Let's do exactly that. Please get yourself in a position you can stay in comfortably for a couple of minutes. Close your eyes and frickin' breathe already. Oh my God. I have to get my cards in order. Oh my God, there's oracles over here and a healing mantra deck over here. Oh my God, it's like a cacophony. It's like a cartomancer's cacophony. I am too talented for YouTube, but here I am nonetheless. Here we go. Hold on, hold on. We'll put you here, and we'll put you there, and we'll put you there. Breathe. And I want you to focus. And I want you to focus the move physically comfortable, physically stable. That should you fall in. Breathe deeply but slowly. Slow down. Allow the choice in this moment for mercy. The mercy of slowing down. And to become aware, not just of your breath, but of the path the breath takes through your throat chakra. Even on the inhale through the nose, or the exhale through the mouth, you can feel it pass through that throat chakra. Even though in through the nose, it usually goes through the sinuses first. Then down the back of the throat it goes, into the lungs, through a return journey out the mouth or out through the nose. And this is where choice comes in, to the extent that you can, obviously. Stuffed noses, respiratory issues. I'm not saying it's a full scope of choice, but which you breathe. The calming or accelerating nature at which you breathe. All of which has a pretty instant as well as a cumulative and gradual effect upon your nervous system. That when inflamed takes on the ego. It becomes the ego. A personality is created. an inflamed personality. Things get distorted. When to breathe. Give space for things to unravel. It is such a merciful choice to breathe, to let go, to breathe in the mercy for yourself and let go of judgment just for this moment, this comparison, this weighing. To lay your judgments aside, allowing all things to be exactly as they are here and now. To give yourself a moment of mercy. That there is a higher plan in play that you can be blithely unaware of for a moment. For a minute. For a meditation. To surrender your will to the divine that you may see things mercifully. That the thumb on the scale of judgment be one of mercy for yourself, for others. And that even when the judgments emerge, the unmerciful judgments arise as they will. To breathe, to give them the moment, the breath, to have that judgment with no condemnation, but rather with mercy. If you can, if you will, in this moment, find one unmerciful judgment about yourself or someone else. Whatever comes to mind, that's the one. And breathe. And maybe that judgment is something as simple as, that's stupid. That I was stupid, he was stupid, she was stupid, they were stupid, we were stupid. Just conjugate the verb of stupid. And now to see that voice in mercy. It's a voice. To give it space. To feel its agitation. To feel the judgment that it made. To feel that layer of lead. To give it the love. To give it the space. Unspoken, unmerciful judgment. To let it be. This is Dark Moon. This is Dark Moon in Gemini. Why wouldn't some unmerciful judgments come up? Why wouldn't some shadows show us where our love needs to be directed? Feel that child, that unmerciful child, that painful child, that woundful child. And give it breath. I'm sorry for your pain. In your judgment, it's okay to have that judgment right now. I am sorry. Please forgive me for anything I did to cause you this pain, this inflammation. You're safe. It's safe to have this judgment. It's safe to have this feeling here and now because you're having it. It's okay. The voice of mercy. The voice of compassion starts with it's okay. It's okay to feel what you're feeling. It's okay. Breathe the mercy of it's okay. I love you. I love you, unmerciful judgment of myself, of another, of a plurality, of a they, of a them. So here and now, through my breath and with my choice, with my free will, I make this prayer. Dearest God, Goddess, all that is, bathe me with the grace of counsel, that with every breath I am granted the mercy of seeing this differently, of allowing my shadow to be embraced with each breath, with each kindness, with each moment of it's okay, of I love you, that we're all doing the best that we can. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. That we may invoke as well the grace of protection. The castle wall of the soul, 1,000 feet high, 10 feet thick, giving us the fortitude of the heart and the grace of counsel in the throat, the grace of protection, that we are safe to allow this leaden judgment, this unmerciful, pain-fueled judgment to be burned off in the light of consciousness as the mantra remains the same. I love you. It's okay. I love you. It's okay. I love you. It's okay. Breathe. Breathe in the mercy. Allow the judgment to be dissolved. In that it's okay, an unmerciful judgment to come up in the dark moon of Gemini, as we are brought into a larger place, that we surrender our will to the divine. That we surrender our will to the divine. That we surrender this momentary judgment to the divine as we breathe. Breathing in the grace. Breathing out the miracle. Breathing in the mercy. Breathing out the judgment that everyone is doing the best that they can. The merciful judgment that all is as it need be here and now. That we are all doing the best that we can. That we are all one spirit, experiencing the very best that this world has to offer moment by moment, trusting that we do not have to envision every possible outcome for it to be the highest possible outcome. That everything that we're feeling, even our own unmerciful judgments, are making their way through our energy system back to source. As we hold the space, that we may balance mercy with judgment, and that we may still choose to surrender our will to the divine, asking for grace, asking for counsel, asking for balance, surrendering our will to the divine, that we may see clearly, that we may forgive, and that we may bring our conduct into alignment, moment by moment, breath by breath, bringing our alignment into with our soul's innocence and highest reality. That we become more respectful, more acknowledging, and more welcoming of the truth of who we are as souls in journeys all the way, all the way, all the way home. Thank you. Clear that throat. Thank you. One more. Thank you. So motivating. And so it is. Take a minute, wiggle finger, wiggle toes. Gently come back into the body. We did not Wim Hof tonight. A bit more of the relaxation, sort of opening up that throat chakra, surrendering our will to the divine kind of breath. But do take a moment, wiggle fingers, wiggle words into the room. And just type, let me know you're okay. Hey, High Priestess, I love you. Welcome back. When are you headed back out on the high seas? If you have not already, you are welcome, Grace. I need a sip of water after that. I don't know if I'm going to be up for doing readings at 11 a.m., but we'll see. They move noon, I'll let you know. Lavola, I love you with that heart chakra, green heart. Heart chakra, heart. Love it. Thank you. I love you, Donabella. Thank you, Mel. It was great to connect with you all again. Please jump in, let us know. And again, I know you're not big into the social media, but should you ever join Facebook, find the Mark Angelo Lyons Mel for short Facebook group. Unless you're there already, because I can't keep track. We've got almost 1,000 people in there. I know it was like 920 or something, 925, whatever. All right, people. Thank you, everybody who super chatted. He sent me some cash. It's so much fun making money this way. I gotta say, very, very, very fun doing what I love. Literally making money at it. Wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of the evening. Thank you all so very, very, very much. Say it with me if you will. Keep that balance of mercy and judgment as we go, and I will chat with you all tomorrow. Hell, well, technically today now. Farewell and blessed be. Good night.